this is Shadow the Rat, and in this video I thought I would do a little bit about how you can travel with your rats. So here I have the three main types of carriers, and I'm going to discuss the benefits and the negatives of each one and how you can use them when you're traveling with your rats. So first of all, here we have this wire hamster cage. Now obviously this is too small for any sort of hamster or any animal really to live in, but I have used this to transport my rats places. Now the nice thing about this is, as you can see, you can fit a hammock in here and you can also fit a house of sorts. I have a space pod in there right now. Another nice thing is that it has lots of ventilation, so it's a good cage if you need to keep your rats out for an extended period of time. I actually had a period of time where I had to live with the rats in a hotel for a while, and this was the cage I had to use. Funny story, actually they made me call them hamsters, otherwise they wouldn't have allowed them to come in. But anyway, this cage here was the one that housed them. It was Shadow and Sonic. Anyway, this cage is great if you're looking for something with good ventilation or other stuff. Other wire hamster cages work well too. But the one main downside to this is that if you are transporting your rats in the car, well, this cage in particular doesn't clip. So if the bottom falls, then everything falls out. Another thing is if they climb up and you're moving in the car and you stop suddenly, they can fall down, which could hurt them. And then it's basically just not very sturdy, like it comes apart really easily. So it's not really good for car trips. Now the next thing I have here is a carrier. You can see it's just a critter keeper. This is the largest one they have. I got it from PetSmart. And the nice thing about this is that while it doesn't have very much ventilation, you can see this is just it. It has a little door that you can reach through and feel the rats, like pet them and stuff without them escaping. It's also pretty much impossible for them to escape from. As you can see, it's made from hard plastic, and not only that, but there's no bars, so no babies can escape. This is actually what I bring my rats home in, and it's also usually what I bring them to the vets in. And as you can see, I have added some Velcro to the side so that I'm going to show you in a second here, so that I can attach my water bottle to it like this. So yeah, these tanks are perfect if you're looking for a very secure mode of transporting your rats. However, because they have such poor ventilation, you don't really want to keep your rats in there for too long. As an alternative to this, you can also make a bin cage carrier. You just need a bin, and then you also need some hardware cloth for the top. And then you just want to cut out the top of the lid and add some hardware cloth, and then that can make a very good carrier, just like this one. So the next thing I have here is a cat carrier, and I really like this. This is actually the carrier I use the most with my girls. Now the one issue here is, as you can see, this has 1 by 1 inch bar spacing, so your rats could potentially get stuck trying to escape, or if they're small enough, they might even be able to escape. Now the way to get around this is to get some hardware cloth and to zip tie it onto the front. So yeah, this is also a great alternative to the other two cages. And if you get a mini bungee cord like this, you're going to be able to put your water bottle onto the cage. So I'm going to do that and then show you. As you can see, I have now bungee corded this little bottle onto my cage, and it works really well. So now I want to talk a little bit about what you want to do while traveling with your rats. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you give them some watery treats. I have carrots here, but other good treats are going to be things like cucumbers. Basically any sort of fresh vegetable that contains a lot of water is going to be a great thing to have. And that's because you don't actually want to leave the water bottle on your carrier while you are driving. And that's because if you stop, the rats might accidentally chip a tooth or hurt themselves in some other sort of way. So if you have some watery veggies in there, that's a great alternative. Of course, the other side with the water bottle is that if you're moving, it might also leak, so that's another reason not to have it in the carrier. Now, you can also scatter some dry food in there. I usually scatter a little bit of Oxbow and some Cheerios for the rats to eat if they want as well. And these are just things to help make it a more comfortable journey for them. Now, whenever you take a rest stop, it's a good idea to add back in your rat's water bottle for the duration of that stop, just so they can drink some if they're thirsty and if they want to get water that way. Other than that, I really don't have anything else for you. I would love to hear some other people's experience in the comments because I know other people have things that work for them. This is just what works for me, but it's always great to hear about what's worked for other people as well. Now, of course, not all of us are going to be taking our rats on vacation or trips. However, you do want to have a contingency plan of sorts because most rats are going to need to go to the vet at some point in their lives. So it's a good idea to have a safe carrier that can pretty much fit any sort of rat of any age. So yeah, like I said, that's really all I have for you today. I hope you picked up some good tips and I would love to hear your own experience. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope to see you next time. Bye!